Insights with Terri Coots, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Coots. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Thanks for joining me. We're going to explore together the week of May the 3rd through the 10th, 2026. I appreciate your time, I do. The biggest gift we have to give each other is our time. Now, we're in a lot of Taurus energy, which is very stable energy. It's the bull, so it's an earth sign. We're moving from all that fire and reactivity of Aries. We still do have Aries in Mars, and Mars is the planet of war and passion. The ruling planet of Mars is Aries, so we have the zodiac sign in Aries ruled by an Aries ruled planet. So we still have a fair amount of fire, and we don't want to scorch Earth with that. So, but it is the opportunity here they're giving us to be able to be stable in some of the situations that are coming at us in the next little bit, but also have still the energy to move forward in it, which is lovely. We need that. And we're coming out of the full moon. The full moon was Friday, May the 1st, and that's a robust energy. I find full moons, I get a lot done. I get really hungry and I'm eating a lot because you need the food for the calories that you're using up, but it's a higher energy time, which some of us can use. It's difficult more often for sleeping, but we'll be moving out of that soon. Now, it's in a very psychic energy field. That full moon was in Scorpio, and Scorpio is one of the psychic energies. Very deep thinking, very able to uncover deep memories, deep mysteries. It can also be loaded with a sort of sadness. So we want to look at that and say, if I am sad, what's making me sad? Is there something I can do about it? Or what can I do to make me happy? Or do I need to think about something and get it sorted out? So it allows us to kind of dive deep underneath the surface. Then next week on May the 16th, that's a Saturday, the new moon's coming. So we need to prepare for this new energy. There won't be energy like a full moon. It's actually a little bit more tamped down, not depressed, tamped down, so that we can do some organizing how we want to maybe have new behavior patterns, restructure how we think or how we react to situations, or how we look at them and let them settle on us. What do we learn about the new situation? So that's what they're wanting us to do, is kind of look at restructuring our life and look at, kind of what's going on in the world. Everything's being restructured, and that's something that we need to look at. Now, the beginning of the week, very optimistic. If you want to get on the optimistic train, it's ruled in the moon by Sagittarius. That is one of the wonderful signs that just never quit, never say die, always look at the positive, not always as realistic as it could be, not as much worrying as just doing. And then we'll settle into a little bit more realistic pattern with that Capricorn energy that's coming through the middle of the week. Takes a little bit of doing by taking the optimism of Sagittarius and then settling down and organizing it into something that's doable and realistic. So the two together can work wonderful. Excuse me. And then the end of the week is Aquarian energy. Now, that can be a distant type of energy. If you're feeling lonely or disconnected from people, it would be normal for this type of an energy field floating around above us. But you can do something about it. If you feel lonely or you want to connect, reach out. Invite the neighbors over. Invite family over for tea and coffee. You can reach out and connect with people, even if it's just a phone call to say, I'm just touching base, want to see how you're doing. If you don't want people, because Aquarian energy often doesn't, then just revel in the aloneness of it all. The gift of just being on your own and looking at your new lawn and seeing what you want to do about it. Is there any new things that I want to discover in my garden or put in my garden? vulnerability, are the area around the pelvis and the top of the femur, your hips, your thighs, the sacrum. That could be a very vulnerable energy this week. So kind of be prepared for joints and knees and hips not to feel so terrific. Any joints, really. So watch the inflammatory foods that you take in. Try to not eat too much to develop too many toxins that your body has to try to get rid of, causing inflammation and soreness. And then that can, towards the end of the week, go down to the calf and the ankles. Now, they really do, when I looked at the cards, they really do want us to pay attention to our health. So health is going to be a very important point this week. And just think about it. If we're feeling healthy, there's hope there. It just feels good. Us older people, I think, are more appreciative of feeling good when you get up in a day and not everything's hurting. Oh, it's magnificent. So there's inspiration with it. There's a feeling of optimism. We can really enjoy it, and it raises our confidence in our future. That sense of renewal, and we're also being given an innocent kind of energy. Lots of major cards here. An innocent kind of energy field that wants us to move forward with kind of a leap of faith. And if you think about it, geopolitically, that's really where we are right now, isn't it? We're venturing into the unknown. We haven't been in this political position in our generation, and before World War I and all the countries were separate is when all the wars started raging. And the strength that we're letting go of, or letting people that are leading us let go of it, are making us much more vulnerable. So we do need community. Community is extremely... They don't say there's strength in numbers for no reason, because there is. So we're beginning this new journey, and it's a leap into the unknown. We're doing this personally, and we're doing this globally. So look at how that's affecting your own personal life. Is one of your family members going off on their own? Are you feeling separated from the community of your family, your relationships, your friends? So this leap into the unknown isn't necessarily fun. Who wants to do that? Because good knows where we're going to land. But it's an energy field that's the start of an adventure, and you can mirror that this week by maybe going someplace that you've not done, a restaurant that you've never been in, a city that you haven't visited in a bit, meander along the lake shore, Pelee Island, something different. They want you to take an adventure, especially with that Sagittarius energy and the card that's up here. So this new phase of life, you can be mirroring this, that you're entering, by doing things in your life that shows the universe that you have the attitude for discovery, and you've got the attitude for being born again, trusting in the faith of the rightness of things. Now, one of the cards that came up, this is really complicated, and I don't know why they're handing it to me in a 10-minute little frivolous thing here, but they are. So, that being the case, we're going to have trouble with leaders. Now, this feels more patriarchal than matriarchal. So I'm thinking it's more around male leaders, and this is an upside down energy, which is suggesting that the people that we will be following, or we will tend to follow, are not in a good position to follow. A big surprise there. And we may have to make some individual decisions as to, is this the path that I truly want to be on? Or is this the path that somebody wants me to be on and I'm not agreeing with it, or I shouldn't agree with it? So I think we're going to be challenged to say, what part of this new adventure, oh, I apologize for my birds, what part of this new adventure is for me and what part isn't for me? So we have to look at that. Oh, I am so sorry about the birds. There's nothing I can do about them. They're completely out of control. So this energy field is zeroing in on these males that are considering themselves, and we consider them as leaders, or we have to. There's a lack of business sense, and there's a vulgarity to them that we should be offended by. we should say, no, this isn't going to work right. We are being offered the opportunity to choose materialism versus the best for everybody. A dullness of morals and preoccupation with money, being preoccupied with unhealthy money accumulation and greed and fraud and dishonesty, and I can just go on, disloyalty, I can go on and on and on. But we are being asked to make that decision. One of the energy fields that they offered to us is victory, but this victory is tenuous. It's a soul energy, and it's very tenuous. And so many of us are going to have to make a decision. How invested are we in demonstrating our ability to choose and to not take part in things that we know aren't correct or are wrong? And voice our opinion is a physical card. So physical means being physical about it, voicing it, doing something that shows actions. We really truly believe in this. They're asking you to look for your talent. What is your talent? And what would you like to share with people? They're going to try to open up our minds this week in a way that would show us what we're good at so that we can cultivate that and be of service to the people around us. So if you have a talent, like some guy that might be good with motors, that talent, if they deign to share with me and help me change the spark plug and teach me how to do that, I would be benefiting from it. I would be so grateful for it. Makes me so optimistic about how good people are, that they do these good things. So if you can, look around your life and say, what am I good at? And what can I offer? Sometimes it's just something as simple as listening. Just being there to listen when somebody needs to talk. Might be a boring conversation, might have gone on forever and forever, might be something that you've rehashed forever and forever, but it might be something that person needs to be listened to at that moment. Or look around, what can I offer somebody if they need? So that's our task this week. Optimism, inspiration, moving into the realistic energy field of how can I accomplish this new thing, and taking care of the health. That's going to be so important. I don't know why that's been pounding and pounding and pounding for us to really look at our health. I think they just want us to do a better job taking care of these organic machines that we're running around in, and starting a new journey with new ways of thinking, openness to embrace some things that we maybe have discarded and said, nah, some no value, but now coming around the second time, it maybe have some value to it. On that note, I want to thank everybody for taking time with me and listening to this. I really do appreciate it. And I want to thank Charlie O'Brien for putting all of this up every week. He does this on all the different platforms. And if you want to make yourself feel better, tune into his Big 8, the number 8 radio.com, and listen to the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, all the oldies. You can't feel bad when you're listening to that music. Just put it on, vacuum, and have a ball doing something that you might not think is your favorite thing to do, but you're listening to music and it becomes fun. And if you need a reading for yourself or help with your animals, feel free to call or text 519-726-6699, or you can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. Thanks again for checking in, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Good on you. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.